Alright, we're going to play a blind pick game here. I'm just going to go pick for the composition here. I could go Teemo, but we won't have a real tank. Now if you have something like a Sejuani jungle, then sure, go ahead and go Teemo. But I don't really like screwing over my team composition just to pick a champion that's strong in lane. Maybe that's going to be good for your win rate in the long run. If you're really good at Teemo, you can crush people, so I guess composition doesn't matter as much. But I tend to suck, so I'm going with the more macro play oriented stuff here. Aftershock, Font of Life, Revitalize. Alright, that's looking good. Mana Flow, Band, and Scorch, also looking good. Alright, so just checking my rune page there just to be sure. Seems like that you could either go with Grasp or Aftershock. Right now Aftershock, the values are a little bit off. It's just slightly too strong. Does a shit ton of damage. So you start with the Doran's shield at the moment. It's just the best bang for your buck. These are just these are not conceptual things. See, when I play League and I use a statistical aggregation website like this, you always have to differentiate between concepts, right? Things that are just conceptually good or bad. Like, obviously, you're not going to go damage items on a Maokai, right? Unless the values are completely off. If Blade of the Ruined King gave you, you know, 300 AD and AP, you would obviously go it on any champion, including the tanks probably. So that's just like, so first you have the concepts and then you have the actual values. Problem is, in a fine-tuned game like League, you can't really predict beforehand, without statistical aggregation that is, what's going to be strong and what's not. You can feel it, like if you experiment with it in game, you might be able to say, that feels really strong, I feel like I'm just blasting through someone. But you can't really, just by looking at the concepts, you can't really tell what's the strongest. You have to look at the actual value. You have empirically establishing it, either by yourself or using statistical aggregation, is the only way. Alright, well that's enough on like itemization, so I'm just going to, you know, go with the kind of builds that statistical aggregation tells me works quite well, right? So I'm going to start out with the Sunfire. Looks like they're, because Aatrox and Massey are both attack damage based, auto attack based. Tabi would already have been my first option. Now it's certainly going to be something I'm going for. Aatrox, I'm not sure how strong Aatrox is right now. I might not. I should have probably made that search a little bit more fine-tuned. He's not too good. Now, if you're a good Aatrox player, you can compensate for a lot. It's quite mechanically intensive to play well. Whoops, wrong person. Right, we're in like 1800 MMR or something. That's good damage, as you can tell. You can tell that I'm lagging a little bit from FPS lagging, that is. So, early trading, maybe not the best idea. I don't know what the cooldown is. Okay. Alright, well, maybe trading against an Aatrox early on might not have been my best idea. is always a problem when you... Wait, why doesn't he go in? What? He doesn't go in? What? He didn't damage him either? What? Whew. Oh, he still had flash. Alright. That's an interesting game. Oh my god! Oh. It's a fucking silver 1E against Plat 2 and Diamond 5 players. Look, you have to check the rank of the people you're playing with. As soon as I saw the lead backing off, I should have said, holy shit, what a fucking idiot, he's backing off. And what I should have done then is walk to my turret, flame him, and go back and live to tell the tale of the bad Lee Songer. What I did now was, like, expect him to go back in at some point, which he obviously did not do. My goodness, some players are just beyond terrible at the game. Yeah. Alright, well. CSing was absolutely horrible. I've died twice. Obviously does not help. Oh, this is just... I'm just trying to misplay this. Alright, that's not a good trade because I have minions under turret, he does not. Alright. I need to go for a whole lot of armor early on. Screw the fucking Sunfire plan. I can go Sunfire now. Just look, here's how you play jungle, right? You're Lee Sin, you need early pressure, you need to clear camps as fast as you can, gank as many lanes as you can, gather as many takedowns as you can. You just walk here, walk to the lane, show yourself, everyone knows where you are, just walk back, walk all the way through the mid lane, and take your raptor camp. You take 2 minutes to clear one camp this way. And he's still on 0 takedowns. So you know why? Because he sucks. It's like you need mechanics. You need to hit a Q. You need to understand Aatrox has a passive. Once the passive is gone, you wait for him and then just Q and kill him. Look at how soon he's saying, like, hello, go in. Just Q him! What? Alright, well, I'm a little bit at a loss for words. He didn't use kick. He didn't use Q the last time. This time, he kicked him through a minion wave and then shot his Q past the Aatrox. So he missed his Q after the kick, which means you missed a Q on a knocked back enemy. It takes a special kind of idiot to be able to do that, because you can just literally... If you have a mouse and you can control it, I don't know, better than the average 4-year-old, I guess, then that's it. That's all you need. That is all you need. Okay, so Katarina's probably going to do something here. I need to go back. I can't sustain against the Aatrox. Alright. I could probably have stayed, I'm not sure. I don't have any faith in this Lee Sanger. No. No, just go back. Okay. Alright, at least he clicked Q, it hit, and then he clicked Q again. He understands that if he uses abilities, enemies will die to them if, you know, if they're on low health. So, he actually pressed the ability in his toolkit, and it worked. Like, it actually did damage. Doesn't matter if you're silver, it will still do damage. That's the beauty of League. It sort of... It doesn't matter if someone's challenger or not, your abilities do the same amount of damage in principle. So, an awkward score. I was tilted out of my mind. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not a very principled player. I should be principled enough to deal with, like, oh, okay, that leads in silver 1, so he's not going to be very good. That's where I fail. Nice. Oh, did you see that? What rank is the Sona? I can't really check right now. Alright. See, this is them being absolutely gobsmackingly stupid. Oh, that's dangerous. He doesn't have ult, so he's just dead. This is the moment where we leave. Presumably most of us in one piece. And then the Aatrox. So really, even though this is 1800 elo, there are some very bad players here. I can't go to that wave. Tristan and Thresh will be there. Okay, so really this match has been a display of lack of discipline, both in terms of keeping your head cool. Lee Sin pings way too soon, like start spamming, like go in, go in, go in, go in. What do? You just ignore that, right? It's very simple. You just ignore that. You know his distance. You don't need his pings to make a decision. You know that he's coming. So just work with the distances. And I'm not a principled player. I hear spam pings. I go in. And I go in way too soon because the spam pings were way too aggressive. Like, that's how my mind works. What can I say? Why is Lucian just pushing up way past his turret? Like, he's fed, I guess. That's one thing going for him. Should have looked if the Thresh had Moby Boots. Apparently he didn't, but... Oh, hey. They should have that. Yeah, they certainly do. Okay. Why is the support solo pushing a lane? Okay. A lot of people are dead. If you asked me what happened there, I wouldn't be able to give you a comprehensive answer. A lot of people made mistakes. I didn't see what the Katarina did. I was tunneled on the guy that was running to the bottom. And then I saw that they were still fighting, so I turned around. So really just poor execution on my part. I should have the oversight in a team fight like that and know where I have to go. Okay, so the Lucian is fighting there. Some peel would be appreciated. See, we can actually... I don't think if... I'm really not sure what to make of this game. I'm not sure why Sona decided to just not do anything, then solo push bot lane, waste her flash that way, waste her flash and her ult. She does here, just not trying to peel, just going for the KDA whoring. Look at that KDA, looks good player, right? Like, fantastic. What marvelous abilities she must have to be able to get a KDA like that. When you're full health, there's a fight going. You can win the fight, but you're just like, no. I mean, you know, maybe something will happen. Maybe the Master Yi looped around or something. I'm just not going to risk it. So, that's just unlucky. I got hooked. What can I say? That's just unlucky. What? Why are they there? There's no wards. So, do I need to... Yeah, no. I can't teleport to that. Ari's in base. Okay. It's like listening to a 6-year-old discovering the wonders of the world. Like, wait, you can flank? What? How does that work? Like, where's he coming from? What's happening? I don't know my positioning. Like, I don't know where people are. And I'm like, well, neither does anyone else in this game. You're just the only player to be stupid enough to say it out loud. But he just, this is the brilliant part, right? Everyone's full health, do redemption. Lee continues to do his raptors. Good stuff. Good stuff. No comment, right? And they just suicide in. How did they lose that? Don't know, right? Like, Lee wasn't there. I wasn't there. I think the Katarina participated in that fight. How could they possibly win that, right? Like, what? I understand the Lucian is very strong, but you'd say that with Thresh they have enough peel and engage to make something happen there. Push top. I'd rather take the inhibitor. I'd say out of all the things on this map, I'd say right now the inhibitor may be the single most important thing. Just maybe. Just go for the fucking inhibitor. It's gonna be 5 people and now there's going to be... It's not rocket science, right? You take the inhibitor and leave because there are only 4 people here and they all come fresh respawning out of base with a shit ton of movement speed from their home guards. So what do? You take the inhibitor and then run your ass away. I have ult, I can keep them at a distance, right? We can peel away, we just can't go in. The Lucian has a lot of kills, so what he wants to do is chase down the Thresh, right? In case that he gets hooked, we don't get the inhibitor. All of us die. They get Baron, right? So is it worth it to try and get a kill on Thresh? And maybe it'll work, right? And then what happens? Well, you still can't take Nashor, right? Probably not with Ahri bot lane. The sense of macro play is just completely and utterly lacking. And the Ahri probably dead. This is not a fight. This is not a fight we want to pick. Really. No fucking way. Alright, well that was... It's interesting. Like, it's very... League is not a very complicated game, right? Like, you have 4 people, which is less than 5. So, what do? Well, you just don't fight, right? You just take the inhibitor as quickly as you can, and then you leave. It's not complicated, right? How do you play after they take Baron? You try and protect the inhibitor. If they overreach, then you can maybe start peeling them down. And if they're not stupid, then they will take the inhibitor and then they'll have to leave. Because they certainly don't have the manpower to force through more than that. See, it's not complicated, but if you get it wrong, you just like, hey, let's fight. Let's fight. Ooh, they're like in my range. Let's actually just try and clobber them. See, I'm trying to ward their jungle and keep control over, you know, a very tiny portion of the map. But the problem is I'm not getting any sort of peel or help. So the first person to just step in front of their entire team and try and kite me down, it's just like, nope. So what I should have done in that situation was just give up control over the entire jungle, ping for help, and when help does not arrive, there's no other option than to just give up control. Take it. I'm not going to take it. It's like you have to explain to them how the mechanics of the game works, and it's just like, for how long have people been playing this game? Like, to get into 1800 elo blind pick. Okay, good job. just follow me. Like, these people are clearing the minions. What they should be doing is just running to the inhibitor and not bother with the minions. No, don't go for the kills. Just go for the fucking inhibitor. It's not that complicated. I don't care if you get 2 kills, right? Yeah. And now we leave. Now we... Don't fight. Just run away. Just run away. Just move away. Don't keep kiting the minions like this. Just let them get into our base and then we'll kill them there. How about that? Please. Just back off. Back. Just back. It's not that complicated. Like the Lucian went right up to here. If there's a Yi there, right? Activates ult, dead, done, right? Lose Mountain Drake, at least. Maybe also a Nasher, who knows? Okay, we move there as 5. Katarina's behind. Instant root. Good job, team. Are we able to end this? Maybe. Okay, I'm going for this turret first. They don't. See, the coordination, it's depending on what players you have, coordination can be too easy, where people follow you into their grave, or too difficult. See, I'm not participating in this. There's a Tristana coming up in 5 seconds. I can see this, like this guy dying, and that's it. Like I'm not playing around. I've lost maybe 5 games in my lifespan, right? Just to not finishing the Nexus in time. Maybe even more than 5. Right? So, don't do it. Just attack the fucking Nexus. It's not... See, League is not a very complicated game. You just need to do it right. Like, you can bat Manor, because that's sort of just an intuition, and lose a game. Or you can just attack it. 50 gold. Done. Finished. You won. Right? You can take the inhibitor and leave, or you can bat Manor, try to go for a play, get hooked, die, give out Nesher, right? It's just those basic concepts that you need to understand, right? And it's very hard. You can see me failing to do this well. I'm not just blaming my teammates here, right? See, what you need to do is keep a level head, and that's what I'm unable to do. It's not very complicated. For me, the task is keep a level head, instruct your team what to do. If they don't do it, that's their bad. Don't kill yourself over it. Just observe it. Back off if you really feel you can't change the outcome. Like, just like as you go to the inhibitor, you can type take the inhib and leave. If the Lucian suicides, you back off. It's not that complicated. You don't follow him into the grave. So that's it. It's the same thing for them as it is for me. Keep a level head. Do your little mechanics. On Maokai, not that complicated, right? W on Katarina, who's just has ulted. Not that complicated. You just need to do it. And some people, they don't. They go for someone else, and then the Katarina gets, 4,000 damage in. That's the kind of stuff you have to do. So, that's it for this one. I hope you learned something from this game, just for my observations, observing my own mistakes and those of my allies. And yeah, that's it for this one.